My cat learned that I wake up with alarm sound and she snuggles with me every time. I've been setting my alarm 30 minutes early to give her more cuddles every morning. A young woman caught a home run ball hit by Japanese MLB superstar Shohei Ohtani during the World Baseball Classic, and someone next to her wanted to see the ball. And it eventually got passed around the stadium to whoever wanted to see it, and it was returned to her after everyone got their turn. Imagine waking up for an 8 a.m. class and this is what you walk in and see. He got up extra early to make a holiday class a little fun. Be nice and respect what he's doing. So yesterday I gave my number to a cute guy in the dining hall, LMFAO. Hey, this is Derek from Binge. I wanted to say I respect your confidence to be able to come up to me and give me your number. You are very pretty. Unfortunately, I am gay, but I am an identical twin and he's straight if you'd like his number or Snapchat, LOL. Oh my Lanta, honestly, that works out. Yes, please. My mom always wanted me to be an astronaut, and one year my dad surprised us all with a trip to Disney World, except once we got there, he drove us to NASA instead, and he surprised my mom with front row seats to a rocket launch and lunch with a real astronaut, and she bawled from joy. You are poor. You are unimportant. Men do not fear you. Your woman disagrees with you. Your lives are shit. If I was forced to endure a year of your life, it would be the worst level of depression imaginable. I am poor, but I work with special needs students who love me and live a fulfilling life. I don't need anyone to fear me. I am content being appreciated. I am spending Christmas with the woman I love and our 3 gorgeous daughters. We don't agree on everything, and that's okay. California becomes the first state to offer free school lunch and breakfast for all students. I live in an apartment complex that has a bunch of little kids. During the original lockdowns, I would go outside to walk around and get out, and one day one of the kids launched a soccer ball my direction, and without thinking, I headed the ball back to them, and they said something like, "Whoa, do it again, do it again." And I was hesitant at first because I'm bald, 31 years old with a large beard, playing with a bunch of little kids. I told them, "I'm not sure if your parents would want you playing with a stranger, but you guys have fun." I didn't realize their mom was sitting inside with the window open watching them, and I hear her yell, "Please kick the ball around with them if you want to. I know you live across the hall, I see you all the time." I proceeded to play soccer with them for about 2 hours and had a blast. Now, every Friday, without fail, a group of kids knock on my door at 6 p.m. because they know I'm off work and want me to play some kind of game with them. We played freeze tag last Friday, it was dope. I cheated and climbed a tree so they couldn't get me. Makes me feel like a kid again, and it truly is a highlight to my week. The mom also brings me fresh homemade tamales at least every 2 weeks and refuses to let me pay for them. You know it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold. Who is running this account? Sister-in-law had her driving test today. There are 3 possible spots they used to test reversing around a corner, and one of them she just couldn't master. So stepdad Ken went and parked his car there so the examiner had to pick one of the other 2. Anyway, she passed. Misha, a nonverbal teen with Down syndrome, didn't understand why his family had to flee Mariupol this year. To placate him, his mother told him they were traveling to meet John Cena. Cena heard and went to Amsterdam to oblige. Just brilliant. When my daughter was 7 years old, she once interrupted a bedtime story to tell me, "In a pie eating contest, it doesn't matter if you win or lose because you get to eat pie." I think about that a lot. An 11-year-old boy saved the lives of 2 people on the same day. He saw a friend choking at school and performed the Heimlich maneuver. Then, on his way home, he saw a house fire and pulled a woman to safety. Davion Johnson, everybody. Miss Argentina and Miss Puerto Rico announced they are now married. The couple, Mariana Varela and Fabiola Valentin, kept their relationship a secret since meeting at Miss Grand International 2020. My sister died yesterday. Can't explain how much I appreciate my English prof's compassion right now. Alyssa. I don't know what to write. I have 2 sisters, and anyway, take all the time you need. No documentation needed. And you don't need to promise not to take another extension. I'm giving you blanket flexibility in advance. You've already done good work so far, and my goal is for you to get something positive out of the class, and after what's just happened, if you just participate to the extent possible, I'll make that work. Take care of yourself. Thanks to internet popularity, the kid from the Success Kid meme made enough money to fund his dad's kidney transplant. This one has been 6 long years in the making. How it started, how it's going. My cat and I are both 22. Every time I left for college, I would say goodbye, not knowing if he would still be around when I got back. I graduate next weekend. He made it. I love you, Yellow. I asked my next door neighbor to take my bin out as I wouldn't be home. He definitely went above and beyond. My dad couldn't breathe when he handed me this in a gift bag, just on the floor, laughing, tears in his eyes. You probably remember this picture of the baby who spent 128 hours under rubble after an earthquake in Turkey. It was reported that the baby's mom died. Turns out the mom is alive. She was treated in a different hospital. After 54 days apart and a DNA test, they are together again. I went to the Museum of Illusion in NYC by myself. Unbeknownst to me, I couldn't execute a lot of the illusions by myself, so one of the workers followed me around and filled in. Deaf Gamer Review. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me being able to see my kids' words on a screen as they talk into a mic. I only wish other game helped me out a little, but seeing "Run Mom, a spider's chasing you" made me feel included, even though I died. One time a woman with a medical alert wiener dog sat next to me on a plane and her dog kept alerting on me and she was like, "Not to be weird, but you should get your heart checked out." And that's how I found out I had a mildly irregular heartbeat. So I invited my dad to a wedding dress event where all dresses are $150. The event starts at 7 a.m., but lines can form at 4 a.m. My dad just called me and said he bought a chair and is the first person outside the building already waiting. It's 2:55 a.m. My 4-year-old pretended she was a hired cleaner yesterday. As she helped me clean, she asked if I had any kids. After telling her about my 2, I asked if she had any of her own. Turns out she has 5 kids and has been married to a man named Carlin for 30 years. You think you know someone. I'm in Gunpo, South Korea. I found a guy in Montevideo, Uruguay, the exact opposite side of the world. Today we made an earth sandwich. 8 a.m. for me, 8 p.m. for him. I love the internet. Girl who lost her memory falls in love with the same boyfriend. Talk about a story of true love. How do I watch in Australia? Roku's working on it. In the meantime, there's VPN, very probably no, way to watch it legally. I'm sure you have a torrent of other questions, but I have to move along. Sorry. Today, a woman with developmental disabilities came into the library and said she was lost. She didn't know her address, but her phone number was in her pocket on a piece of paper with Elmo on it. She kept saying, "The library is a safe place." We called and her guardian came right over. Apparently this happens pretty regularly. They even stayed long enough for her to check out some new books and Sesame Street DVDs. The library is a safe place indeed. Just found out that the gray cat I see all the time in my neighborhood is actually at least 4 separate identical cats. Went outside and they were all just vibing together. I'm losing it. Update. I set out a suitcase to pack for my flight later today and spotted my 3-year-old crawling inside to hide. I casually zipped it up, yelled, "I'm off to the airport, everybody," and carried it to the car. I've circled the block twice and my luggage hasn't stopped laughing. My mom died when I was 11. Recently, I was contacted by someone on Facebook who interviewed her for her dissertation and had found the tape recording. So this weekend, I've heard her voice for the first time in more than 25 years. Congratulations on your growing family. Adoption is a beautiful way to share joy and love and to build strong and lasting bonds. May you create joyous and fulfilling memories with the new addition to your family. Best wishes to you and your family at this exciting time. A B-brick, now compulsory in Brighton and Hove on new buildings after I raised issue at council. Big victory. This homeless man's rabbit was thrown over a bridge by a passerby and he immediately jumped into the river to save her and resuscitated her. He won an award, was given animal food and a job, and the passerby was charged with animal cruelty. A cafe in Japan called Don Ver hires paralyzed people to control robot servers so that they will still have an income. My ex and I split up 2 years ago and he still sends our dog Apollo a birthday card and gift card to Petco on his birthday. I had some trouble with cooking pancakes on the stove today, so I thought of resorting to the rice cooker to cook the rest of the batter. Welp. When I was 2 years old, my house caught on fire and I was trapped inside. I ended up dying that day and this firefighter, Jeff Oss, saved me from that building and brought me back to life. Now 23 years later, he is holding my 2-year-old son. I literally wouldn't be here without him. The Los Angeles Dodgers have re-signed outfielder Andrew Toles, who has schizophrenia and hasn't played since 2018, to give him access to the team's health insurance and mental health services. Toles is not expected to play for the Dodgers this season, but signing with the team will allow him to continue to receive treatment, including counseling, therapy, and medication. Respect. My mother died after a few months of giving birth to me. Whenever I asked how she died, the answer was that she passed away in her sleep and no one knew why. I just learned a few years ago that she had cancer and was pregnant with me. Giving birth to me severely weakened her and eventually led to her death. I don't think I'll be able to ever forgive myself because from what I've heard from everyone, she was a damn good woman. Hey, I'm a mom and if I know anything, I know that yours would tell you this if she could, so I'm gonna tell you for her. She never regretted it, not for a second. You are made of everything that was best about her. Cancer may have ended her life, but getting the chance to create yours was her proudest moment. She faced the end with nothing but peace, knowing that you would live on where she couldn't. Sweetheart, you have nothing to forgive yourself for. You did not take her from this world. You are how she remains in it. Dog repeatedly escapes animal shelter, sneaks into nursing home, is adopted by residents. An abused stray mutt kept trying to move himself into a senior care facility, so the nurses there had to figure out what to do about him. Jackie. The next booth over is selling wooden swords. Does our son need a sword? No, absolutely not. It says message failed, I'm getting him a sword. It does not say message failed, do not get him a sword. Sorry, it's really loud in here, I'm having trouble hearing you. So your eyes here now? If you get our son a sword, he goes to work with you all this week to wreak havoc on you and your coworkers with said sword. Deal! One coworker already approved this. Adults, what is something you'd love receiving as a gift but no one even considers giving you because you're an adult? I got a call from a friend. She said it's a birthday and we should all come over. I got the date and time and event correct, but not whose birthday it was, although I was confident it was for a kid. Why else would she say bring the whole family? We show up and I'm frankly concerned by all the craft beer with bows and balloons on it. I set our gift bag down and we join the party. Shortly after, her husband shouts with joy and wants to know who got him the big Lego set. Well, that was me, and you're welcome. So my answer is Legos. Adults want Legos. This little fella has officially beat leukemia twice, and today was his first day of school. My stepson called me dad in front of his friends. I have been with my wife for 4 years. She has a 12-year-old son from a previous relationship. He has never hated me, but it's clear he misses his dad. He's mainly just called me by my name. I don't necessarily like it, but I would never force him to call me dad. Today he wanted to go with his friends to an amusement park and he asked me to come with them, which already made me happy, so of course I said yes. But when his friends got in the car, there was one of them who I've never met before and he introduced me as his dad. I started smiling when he said that, and I think he noticed because he looked at me and rolled his eyes while laughing. Right now they're trying to win a big prize at the park and I'm still smiling. I know this isn't something huge or anything, but this is genuinely one of the happiest days I've had in a while. Hey everybody, he's trying to learn a new skill and is kinda awkward and feels silly because he's still learning. See, nobody cares. Keep practicing because getting good at something takes time. You're doing great and I hope you become a master at whatever it is you're trying to learn. What's with the sticks? Wife here, I have a question for men. My husband, son, and I were sitting at a bench outside at a park eating lunch. While there, my son found this stick, about 2 feet, and my husband commented how that was a nice stick. Pretty unremarkable to me. After lunch, he used our dog to distract me while my son snuck it into the car. When we got home, I found the stick in our car. Why bring it home? It's just a stick. I don't get it. Is there a thing with guys and sticks? Dude, sticks! Amazing! What is most fast car on earth? Dude, the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is like crazy fast. It hit over 300 miles per hour. Can you believe it? Zoom zoom. What you favorite car? Maya's LA Ferrari. Oh dude, that's awesome. The LaFerrari is so cool, but you know what? I'm totally into the Koenigsegg Jesko. It's like a rocket on wheels. Super fast and super awesome. What do you think, buddy? Yelled at him for being on the counter. Now he's taunting me. The pet store dropped him off to be euthanized because his feet fell off. One of our staff decided to adopt him and named him Lieutenant Dan. Just made me some synonym rolls, just like grammar used to make. One of the coolest looking libraries ever, the Kansas City Public Library. Just introduced a kid to her adoptive parents. They brought her a dozen roses. We met at a restaurant. I arrived early to get a private booth and told the waitstaff what was up, so all the servers were having a cry in the corner. I'm at a coffee shop a few miles away, giving them space and having my own cry. Adoptive mom clarified to me later, roses were pink because pink means forever. What's more important than the roses though, is they also brought her a luggage set so she wouldn't be moving her things in garbage bags. The luggage matches there, cause it's family luggage for family trips. And now the rest of us are crying too. Someone in my neighborhood made a little free Blockbuster and it's so cute. The camp leader pulled me aside at pickup. I want to speak to you about your son, she said. A 7-year-old camper wanted to sing Let It Go in our talent show, but a group of kids started teasing him and saying, it's for girls. Your son overheard and asked the boy if he wanted him to join him on stage, even though they'd never met before. Your son sang Let It Go with the little boy, who has come every day this summer. We've never seen him so happy. My 12-year-old is shy and hates performing, but he did it for this kid. I'm so beyond proud.